Your last patio set faded in one summer and rusted by the next. You swore you'd buy quality this time, so you found the catalog. Where RH charges over $2,000 for a teak chaise, that's the same grade A wood you can buy for a fraction of that. Overpay or buy junk. 6 outdoor furniture brands to stop buying, and 3 that are the smart money. You know the feeling. The cushions went chalky by midsummer. By spring, rust was bleeding down the legs onto your patio stone. Real money, 2 summers gone. So you decide to do it right. And the showroom quotes a number that makes your eyes water. That's the trap. It has 2 jaws. Overpay for a catalog name or buy disposable junk. Most people get burned on both ends. Here's how to stop both. Number 1, RH, Restoration Hardware. And I'll be fair first because the quality here is genuinely good. RH builds real outdoor furniture. Grade A, teak, kiln-dried, cut from the dense heartwood of the log, the same material that silvers gracefully and lasts for decades. Powder-coated aluminum frames that hold up for years. Real Sunbrella on the cushions. This is not disposable junk. The furniture is durable. So what's the problem? The problem is the number on the tag. An RH teak chaise runs well into 4 figures, often $1,600 to $2,500 for a single lounger. And here's the part the showroom won't say. That grade A teak frame likely leaves an overseas factory at a cost of $200 to $400. The rest is the catalog, the glossy photography, the leather-bound lookbook, and the showroom rent. You're not paying for better wood. The wood is the same grade A teak a dozen honest specialists sell for a fraction. Teak is teak. It comes from the same plantations in Indonesia, graded the same way, and a chaise is a chaise. The joinery on the RH piece is good, but so is the joinery on the specialist's piece at 1/3 of the price. You're paying for the name on the catalog spine, the showroom on the nice side of town, and the photographer who shot the lookbook. Strip all of that away and you have a teak chaise. A good one, sure, but a teak chaise, the same as a dozen others, at 4 times the price of the wood. RH is a luxury markup wearing genuine quality clothing. That's what makes it the #1 offender. Not because the furniture is bad, but because so many people assume the eye-watering price must buy better wood. It doesn't. The furniture will survive the weather. Your wallet is the thing that takes the damage. The label never beat the weather, and here the label just emptied your pocket on the way. One quick thing, and it's the one you've been asking for. You wanted the whole method in one place. Well, here it is. My new guide. Build a $2,000 wardrobe for $200. Every rule from this channel. No logos, no fluff. The link is below. Go build it. Number 2, front gate. Let me put this one side by side with what you're actually buying. Front gate sells the catalog luxury patio dream. Teak, cast aluminum, all-weather wicker, beautifully styled and premium priced. And the materials are decent. But here's the comparison that matters. Much of Frontgate's furniture is built in the same overseas factories, from the same cast aluminum and the same grade A teak, as sets that sell for far less under names you've never heard of. Cast aluminum is cast aluminum. It's poured into a mold. It doesn't rust. And it lasts, whether the catalog charges you $1,500 for the chair or whether an honest seller charges you $600 for the structurally identical one. The difference between a Frontgate set and its cheaper twin is rarely the metal or the wood. It's the styling, the finish options, the catalog. You're paying a premium for curation, not construction. Frontgate is essentially a styling and merchandising operation. It finds good factories, picks tasteful designs, photographs them beautifully, and marks them up. That curation has value if you cannot be bothered to hunt, but it is not a material upgrade, and it should not be priced like one. Now, if you genuinely love a specific Frontgate design and the look is worth it to you, that's a fair reason to buy. But don't pay the catalog premium believing the materials are in a different league. They usually aren't. The cast aluminum frame that cost you double here is the same alloy doing the same job for half somewhere else. The smart homeowner reads the material, not the catalog cover. Same construction, catalog sticker. The next one is the real trap. Premium money for mid-materials. Number 3, Pottery Barn. Here's the verdict, and it's the sneakiest problem on this list. Pottery Barn Outdoor charges near luxury prices for mid-tier materials. Walk through what you're actually getting. A lot of the wood line is acacia or mango, not grade A teak. Now, acacia is a decent hardwood, water-resistant, and fine for a few years with care. But it is not teak. It does not have teak's heavy natural oil content. It does not weather for decades, and it needs more maintenance to survive harsh sun and freeze-thaw winters. And the cushions are largely performance polyester. Fade and stain resistant, yes, but printed polyester, where the color sits on the surface of the fiber. That's a real step below solution-dyed acrylic like Sunbrella, where the color is locked into the fiber before it's spun. Printed polyester fades faster under UV. Solution-dyed survives thousands of hours of sun testing because there is no surface color to fade. The pigment goes through the fiber like the lettering through a stick of rock candy. Printed polyester is the opposite. The color is sprayed on top, and the sun eats it from the outside in. One summer of western exposure, and you can see the difference at the seams. So the trap here is the gap between price and substance. You pay a premium that whispers heirloom, and you get acacia and printed polyester that perform like the mid-market goods they are. It's not disposable, but it's not built to outlast the seasons the way teak and Sunbrella do, and the price doesn't admit that. The smart homeowner reads the actual wood species and the actual fabric type, not the showroom lighting. Premium money, mid-materials, and the cruelest part is the buyer feels responsible. He spent real money, so he assumes any failure is his fault, not the acacia's. It isn't. He bought a wood that was never going to last like teak at a price that implied it would. Now we cross over to the other jaw of the trap, the disposable tier. Number 4, Hampton Bay. So what does the $600 big box set really get you? Let me answer honestly, because Hampton Bay, Home Depot's house brand, is the default patio set for millions of American homeowners. A typical set runs around $500 to $800 before sales. And here's what's inside. Thin steel frames, often powder-coated and marketed as rust-resistant. But powder-coated steel is not rust-proof. The moment the coating gets chipped or scratched, and it will. On a patio, moisture gets to the steel underneath, and it rusts from that point out. Owners routinely report rust on arms and frames within the first year or two, especially in wet or coastal climates. And once steel starts rusting from a chip, it does not stop. The rust creeps under the powder coating, lifting it, spreading, until the arm is pitted and streaking orange down onto your stone. A cast aluminum frame simply cannot do that. There is no iron in it to rust. That is the whole difference, and it costs the big box brands almost nothing to keep using cheaper steel. The cushions are polyester, often branded Cushion Guard, which resists mildew but fades over a couple of seasons of full sun. Put it together and you get a 2 to 3 season set, dressed up in showroom photos to look like more. Now, is it evil? No. If you need to furnish a rental balcony for a year or two, it does the job. But understand what you bought. You did not buy a patio set for the next decade. You bought one for the next few summers at a price that doesn't make the short life obvious. The smart homeowner does that math before the rust does it for him. The label never beat the weather. Here, the weather wins by August of year 2. Number 5, mainstays. The verdict is simple, and I won't drag it out. This is bottom-tier disposable, and it makes no real pretense otherwise. Mainstays is Walmart's house brand, and it's built to a price point, the lowest one. Thin tubular frames, low-grade fabric, lightweight construction that arrives flat-packed and bolts together. The bolt-together part matters because bolt-together frames work themselves loose over a season of use and wind. And once they wobble, they never feel solid again. A welded frame stays rigid for its whole life because the joints are fused into one piece of metal. A bolted one is loose by the second summer because every gust and every shift works the bolts a quarter turn looser, and you cannot keep up with a wrench. You feel it the first time the chair racks sideways when you sit down. That wobble never goes away. The fabric is basic polyester that fades fast. The metal is thin enough to dent and quick to rust at any scratch. Here's the fair way to see mainstays. As genuinely temporary furniture, a first apartment, a kid's first place, a set you fully expect to toss in 2 years, it's fine. It costs almost nothing, and it looks okay on day one. The photos online look identical to furniture costing 5 times as much. That is the whole business model. Sell the day one photo, not the year 2 reality. But as your real patio set, the one you're trying to buy because the last one failed, it's a guaranteed repeat of the same heartbreak. you'd be solving a disposable furniture problem by buying more disposable furniture. That's the loop most people get stuck in. Burned on a cheap set, so they buy another cheap set and burn again 2 summers later. 3 rounds of that and you've spent more than one good set would have cost, with nothing to show for it but 3 trips to the curb. The smart homeowner knows the difference between truly temporary and falsely cheap. This is the former pretending it could be the latter. One more in the disposable tier, and this one you can't even inspect first. Number 6. Wayfair House Brands. Here's the insider truth about shopping Wayfair for patio furniture. You're often buying blind, behind a label that tells you nothing. Names like Latitude Run and Sol, 72 Outdoor are not real manufacturers. They're Wayfair House labels, flexible brand names slapped onto furniture sourced from all kinds of factories. Customers have received Latitude Run pieces physically branded with an entirely different company's name inside the box, because the label is just a marketing skin over whatever factory made it. That means the brand name carries 0 information about quality. One Latitude Run item is a sturdy, comfortable piece. The next is a $1,000 couch that breaks in under a year. Same label, opposite outcomes. And for outdoors specifically, a lot of these sets are synthetic wicker over powder-coated steel, and the wicker quality varies wildly. UV stable, HDPE resin wicker holds up. Cheap PVC wicker gets brittle and cracks in a season. From a product photo, you cannot tell which one you're getting. You can't feel the frame, can't check the weave, can't judge the steel gauge until it's assembled on your deck. And by then, the box is in a landfill, and the return window is a fight. The reviews don't save you either, because a 5-star review on a sturdy batch and a 1-star review on a flimsy one are sitting under the same listing, for the same label, describing different factories. The smart homeowner hates buying construction he can't inspect, and that's exactly what the house label game asks of you. Looks great in the photos, tells you nothing about the build, the label never beat the weather, and here you can't even read the label. Now, the smart money. First, Polywood. This is the buy-it-once durability champion, and the spec sheet is almost boring in how bulletproof it is. Polywood is made in the USA, Syracuse, Indiana, from recycled HDPE, the same dense plastic used in cutting boards and marine gear. And here's the key. The color isn't painted on. It runs all the way through the material, so it physically cannot fade off, chip, or peel. There's no coating to lose. Scratch it, and the color underneath is the same color. Gouge it, and you find more of the same material, not bare metal or pale plastic. That single fact, color all the way through, is why it shrugs off a decade of sun while painted furniture is peeling by year 3. It is the closest thing to truly maintenance-free that outdoor furniture has ever gotten. No sanding, no resealing, no repainting, ever. It's fastened with marine-grade stainless steel hardware, which means no rust streaks bleeding down the legs, even in coastal salt air. It never rots, never warps, never needs sealing or staining, and it's backed by a 20-year residential warranty. Read that number again. 20 years on outdoor furniture. An Adirondack chair runs roughly $270 to $400. Pieces are heavy and solid. They don't blow over in a storm. A Polywood Adirondack weighs a serious amount for a reason. That mass is what keeps it on your deck in a wind that sends the cheap plastic chairs into the neighbor's yard. The boards are thick, the slats don't flex, and the whole thing feels like real furniture, not patio filler. This is set it and forget it furniture. You buy it once, you hose it off when it's dirty, and your grandkids could still be sitting in it. For the homeowner who is sick of replacing patio furniture every few years, this is the cycle breaker. No brand ever truly beat the weather. Polywood comes about as close as furniture gets. Second, Costco. Here's the comparison that should change how you shop. Costco's better patio sets give you the exact premium materials the catalogs charge double for, without the catalog tax. We're talking genuine cast aluminum frames which don't rust because there's no steel to corrode, and real Sunbrella cushions, the solution-dyed acrylic that holds its color through thousands of hours of sun. A 4 to 7 piece aluminum set with Sunbrella typically runs around $1,500 to $2,000 at Costco. Compare that to Frontgate or R8, where the same core materials, powder-coated aluminum and Sunbrella, can run 2, 3, 4 times that for a comparable set. What do you give up? Styling options and custom cushion colors. The catalogs offer more finishes and more design detailing, but the bones, the frame metal, and the fabric, the two things that actually determine whether it survives a decade, are the same premium material. This is the warehouse club move on a patio, and it's the one most homeowners never think to make. You walk past it stacked on a pallet and assume it's lesser. It isn't. It's the same cast aluminum and the same Sunbrella, minus the showroom. The only catch is selection and timing. Costco rotates its patio sets seasonally, so the good ones sell out by midsummer, and you buy when they land in spring, not when you finally get around to it. But if you catch the right set, you're buying catalog materials at Warehouse Club math. The smart homeowner reads the frame and the fabric, recognizes the premium materials, and pockets the difference. Third, Royal Teak Collection. And here's the heirloom grade pick that ties this whole video together, because this is the same teak the catalog charged you double for. Royal Teak is a genuine Grade A teak specialist. Grade A means heartwood, the dense, oil-rich center of a mature teak log, not free and uniform, with the high natural oil content that fends off rain, sun, humidity, and insects. That's the wood that weathers to a silver patina and lasts for generations with almost no maintenance. The construction backs it up. Kiln-dried timber, mortise and tenon joinery, real wood joints, not bolts and brackets, and stainless or brass hardware that won't rust. Dining tables run roughly $1,500 to $2,200, smaller pieces less. Full lounge sets up from there. Yes, that's real money. But here's the difference between this and the RH chaise we opened with. You're paying for the teak and the joinery, not the catalog. This is the premium material done right and priced honestly, bought direct from a teak specialist instead of through a luxury showroom's markup. Grade A teak is the one outdoor material that genuinely earns a high price. It truly does outlast everything. Good teak set is the rare patio purchase you make once in your adult life and then hand down. The silver patina it takes on is not wear. It is the wood telling you it will be here long after the trends are gone. The trick was never to avoid spending on teak. It was to stop paying the catalog tax on top of it. Buy the teak from the people who specialize in teak. Skip the showroom, the lookbook, and the markup that pays for them. You end up with the exact heirloom material, the wood that outlives the people who bought it, for the price of the wood, not the price of the brand. The label never beat the weather. Grade A teak just quietly outlasts it. So that's the map, both jaws of it. So read the frame metal, cast aluminum or Grade A teak, not thin steel. Read the teak grade, heartwood, not the soft outer sapwood. Read the fabric, solution dyed acrylic, not printed polyester. Read the foam and the hardware. The catalog name never once told you whether any of it would survive a winter, and the bargain price never told you it wouldn't. Both jaws of the trap close on the same blind spot, trusting the brand instead of the build. I'm Bill. I buy what survives the winter, not the catalog, and the guide so many of you asked for is finally here. Build a $2,000 wardrobe for $200. Every rule from this channel in one place, linked below. If this one saved you from a bad purchase, watch the clothing built to last a lifetime. 199,000 views. The buy it once approach applied to everything you wear. Then watch the men's clothing brands robbing you blind. 370,000 views, where we run this same catalog tax math on your wardrobe. Subscribe. This channel reads the build, not the catalog.